Hi everybody, it's Peter James from Career Life Transitions, and we are going live 1 o'clock on Thursday. That's what we do every single Thursday, so please tune in. We've got lots of great little tips and information about your career, next stage in your career, things you're doing in your career. Now I have Mel Bayer, our General Manager, behind the camera here at the moment. She's checking. Please ask us any questions as we go through the presentation. Any information you want, anything more you want to know about the subject we're talking about, or anything to do with your career at this particular stage. Just a quick reminder, we do have a couple of webinars coming up. On the 22nd of February at 10 a.m. we have a webinar on how to generate the best resume you can, and following this we will be having a short resume, a resume at 10 a.m. on the 20th of March around building your LinkedIn online profile. But anyway, today is about the 5 tips for managing your online profile and your brand. My last webinar that you would have had a look at, or my last video was about your online brand. Today we're going to look at the 5 tips for your online brand. So, tip number 1, be careful about the pictures you put online. Now, there are multiple places you can put information about yourself. I guess the big ones at the moment are LinkedIn and Facebook. Now, when anybody contacts me or any of our staff and we have an appointment with them or are due to meet with them or whatever the reason is, generally the first thing we do is we check them out on LinkedIn or Facebook or something like that. So the picture that someone sees in there paints 1,000 words. So especially with LinkedIn, which is your professional profile, you want to make sure that the picture on there portrays the image you want to send. Now, I'm not saying it should be this or that. Mel, we have a question.
Yes, we have a question from Zach. He's asking, can I change my brand online?
Okay, thanks Zach. Yes, you can change your brand online. I think it's important, just digressing quickly to answer that question. I know that students come out, especially they might have had a bit of a party time when they're at uni and what have you, and they're going out and they're working now in a professional world, and there may be some pictures and what have you on there of them partying that maybe they don't want to move into their professional world. There are ways of going in and looking at removing some of those pictures or restricting who can see those pictures and things like that, and you can then go through and tidy up your brand so that when someone comes in there and is casually looking at your brand, that's tidied up. Anyway, getting back to the brand, the picture. So a picture paints 1,000 words. So make sure the picture you put on there, especially your professional profile, portrays what you want to send to people. So if you want a professional, you're in a suit and tie. If you want a casual, maybe it's something else. But whatever it is, that will be their impression of you. Number 2, if you're looking for jobs or you're looking to influence anybody, we really suggest you don't get involved in any extremist views. You may hold those views, and if you don't really care where you're at, or you're part of some kind of extremist viewpoint on things, that's great if that's what you want to be involved in. But if you want to influence people, you're going for a job or you're going for a promotion and things like that, then our suggestion is keep those extremist views to an absolute minimum. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is the information you actually put on there. And I suggest to anybody, this is number 3, I suggest to anybody, if you're not comfortable hanging a banner around your neck without a bit of information and walking along in the mall with your grandmother so everyone can see it, then you are putting yourself at risk. So think carefully about what information you put on there, even to the point of holidays and things like that. I don't think you really want everybody to know you're going on holidays and your house is going to be empty for the next month. And it's the same as if you're having a party, especially with your kids. You want to stick something like that on Facebook, your party guests will turn up at 8 o'clock, everyone else will turn up at 9 o'clock, and the police will be there with the right gear and what have you at 10 o'clock. Number 4, try and be consistent. Now, you probably have access and you're putting information on multiple sites and what have you, but when I'm looking, I'm not just looking at LinkedIn, I'm not just looking at Facebook, I might be looking at a couple of different sites where I'm assessing someone that I may be looking to engage with, to employ or work with. Now, I'd like to see, especially if I was employing someone, that there's some kind of consistency across those sites, that you're not this for that site and that for that site. So number 4 is try and add some consistency to your profile. Number 5, it matters. It's all very good to say, well, I don't really care about my profile, I'm having fun, I'm sticking this up and what have you, and people can just judge me for who I am. Well, people will judge you on the information. It may not be the judgment you want them to have, so it does matter. Your profile. Everybody seems to be a minor celebrity at the moment. Everybody wants to get their pictures of them doing this and doing that and all the rest of it. But that's great, but it matters. And we would really suggest, if you're looking for some advice or you're trying to build a page, because especially for people over 40, a lot of them don't have LinkedIn and aren't attached to social media, come and see experts. At Career Life Transitions, we are building LinkedIn multi-media pages and what have you for people all the time. So we know what to put in, we know what your brand should be after discussing things with you, so we can put that information up there for you. So just a reminder as we sign off, that was the 5 tips we have for managing your online brand. We have a LinkedIn webinar specifically about your online brand, 10 a.m. 20th of March coming up. And just to remind you, if you haven't signed up for it yet, places are going fast. We have a resume on building your a webinar, building your resume, and that's happening on the 22nd of February at 10 a.m. So look for us live next week. Thank you for joining us, and have a great week.